Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're having a quick tour of my recreation of Falling Water, which was made by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1935 and was also designated a historical landmark in 1966. This recreation was made from floor plans and lots of pictures. The exterior is something I really pride myself on. I must admit that when it comes to building, I always enjoy doing the exteriors and the interiors. If I've got lots of pictures, I do pretty well, especially for the recreations, but otherwise I'm not the best at doing the inside. I always really enjoy doing the outside. I love putting all the flowers in. I've enjoyed the landscaping, which can be difficult and frustrating at times. I think really this was a suggestion, but when I first saw pictures, I absolutely fell in love with this building. It was just so different, and it was still absolutely lovely place to recreate. There were all the different shapes and sizes and the way things overlap. It really was lovely to do. Obviously there was challenges, there always is. My favourite part that I fell in love with the exterior was these sort of, I don't know what to call them, the little sort of terraced bits that go up across. They just make it so unique, and I love the way it created a little tunnel down here. It really, oh, typical. There was something about all the different shapes and the way it stood, and it blends in so well with the environment, which is something that it was made to do. But and yet we've got the colour and the windows that stand out, and it doesn't blend in so much that it doesn't have any character. There is so much character to this build. I think I already mentioned that I used floor plans and basically you've seen the outside. Obviously it gets its name from the working waterfall that is featured pretty much in its back garden. So I think probably time to have a look at the inside. This is a smaller build to my first video, and I'm hoping I'm also coming across a lot less awkward. We have lots of thicker sort of walls that were placed here, and there isn't much use for them, but it just wouldn't have looked right without them. So we go first into the house, which is open planned. We've got a few more bigger walls just to help with the recreation. So it's a lovely open plan, very modern looking house. So we've got, come straight into here, we've got a little closet ready for putting, I don't know, your welly boots in. We've got a small area for, I sort of say like a library, isn't it, I guess, a little small office area that goes out into an open planned living room. There's lots of colour. I absolutely love the colour in this build. It stands out as much as it's modern and it's quite simplistic and minimalist. It really, the colours just bring it to life. It was really nice making the living room and all of this area, just because of how colourful it was. It was nice because there were things that I could relate to the actual build in the pictures that I had seen. I mean, it really was, oh, I don't know what's happened there, but it was a lovely build. And it clearly needs some fixes, which I always seem to find when I make these videos. So we've got a kitchen, yet again nice and simple. It's nothing completely amazing, but it really suits the style. I like how the interior is all very naturalistic with the walls and the ground. It really does fit so well in with its environment. We've got a little area where I've put in washing machines and just a little bit of a cozy area, I guess. That makes no sense. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a recreational area. I get a little bit confused and stressed sometimes, and then that's it. I just make up things as I go along. Anyway, if we come out here quickly, oh my gosh, it actually worked. You can see where the landscaping has really taken effect here. So you've got like your little tunnel, and it also comes up to some stairs around here that curl around, and they lead up to the next floor, which I mean, the actual interior seems very small compared to the balconies, but as I've already said, the shape of the balconies and the way it fits together, it just was so different to build. So we come in to here, and we've got our main bedrooms. We have 3 main bedrooms. We've got a few bathrooms. It's a very simple build, as I've already said. There isn't much to the interior, but that just sort of gives it a little bit more magic. I mean, we don't need to have loads of clutter. I know people love clutter in builds, and I do sometimes, but with this sort of build, it really adds to the vibe, and just the whole setting of it. It just seems more complete the more modern and simplistic it seems. I've added extra sort of activities. Obviously, we've added a few garden bits here for our Sims, so they can enjoy themselves and do a bit of gardening on a balcony. I mean, we don't have much garden space, so that sort of helps with what our Sims like to do. And we have another floor which leads up. We've got another bedroom, and it leads into a small, a small office area. Yet again, we've got all of these bigger walls, and they obviously, I could have done them so that they weren't fatter, but at the same time, it just did not look right without that depth in the walls, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I love this bit. It sort of seems like it's there just as a roof, and it extends over the edge. It really, like I said, the shapes is what I fell in love with this build. And ultimately, that is actually the whole of this recreation. It's a smaller recreation, and it's a lovely little build. It was really enjoyable to make. We've got a little pool over here and a way to get into here, as much as this isn't an official pool and it's more of a river. I mean, I've been swimming in a river before. It's all fun. My dog barks at me like I'm a weirdo, but I was going to get that frisbee back. It was literally the first day we brought it. So I went for a swim in the river, and it was not the most unpleasant. Anyway, so that is it for FallingWater. Almost, I take it back. This area here that leads out of the second floor from a corridor, and it goes up in the steps and leads up. This actually leads down again into a guest house. However, this is a smaller plot that I built it on, and I probably could have squeezed the guest house in, but at the same time, I like this little area. It really just seems to tie it together. I tried to stick with the colours and the style of the build, and ultimately, I thought it was sweet. I love the idea of having the swing at the top of the hill. It just makes you feel like your legs are like flying off even further when you're on the swing. That was literally one of my favourite parts. Obviously, the Sims don't feel like the way I do, but I would personally really love to buy a house on a hill and put a swing so it's right on the edge. So it kind of feels like I'm flying, but yeah, great. Anyway, this is it, the recreation, and thank you for tuning in again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, I love any suggestions. Most of my builds are made from people's suggestions, mostly on Facebook as of up to now, but at the same time, if you don't want to suggest something, that's fine, but I'd love to hear what you think, and I hope you enjoy the videos and have a good day.